After her fight with the Vulture, George Stacy sneaks up on Spider-Gwen and tries to arrest her. The backgrounds start off normal until he fires his gun into the air, showing how serious he is. We are then met with a wide shot and a stark purple background glowing around Officer Stacy, duty and purpose. We punch into a close-up and there are two blue spots surrounded by pink. So what does this mean? I think this might represent a literal depiction of police lights, traditionally red and blue, but in this instance they are pink and teal. Gwen realizes that her dad is never going to stop hunting her and decides to reveal that she is the Spider-Woman. As she takes off the mask, we see the background become watery and start to bleed and run. As it cuts to George, we see him go through a few distinct backgrounds. First is bright orange. This is reminiscent of home, but it also shows us that Gwen is his brightest light. We cut to a wide shot where Gwen is still in pink and purple, but George is surrounded by white, orange, and red. After Gwen tries to explain, the next background is more red than orange, but still has that distinct white stripe down the middle. Gwen keeps talking, but then we see George with a background that has a lot of pinks, purples, and reds, but still white in the middle. This is where he asks his daughter how long she has been lying to him. And here, as we cut to Gwen and her reaction, behind her we see the spider eyes in teal and pink. This is all that her dad can focus on right now. Gwen pleads with him not to act like a cop, but to instead act like her dad. And as it cuts back to George, we see him go through the most extreme struggle out of all the backgrounds. His conflict is black and white, the starkest contrast possible. Yet, we are told some very crucial information. Earlier, the white stripe was central and always closest to George as he thought about his daughter. Now, the central element in this background is a prominent black stripe. Imagine for a second if the background that they used was just a 50-50 split of black and white. That would inform us that George is conflicted in equal parts, torn between protecting his daughter and catching Spider-Woman. That's not what the creators do, however. White is the overwhelming color, comprising about 2/3 of the background, but the important information is the black bar that is swallowing George. This informs us that while he doesn't want to, he is honor-bound to his duty and is going to arrest his daughter for the murder of Peter Parker. After a quick close-up of Gwen, who still has the spider eyes behind her, we cut back to George and can see that the black stripe now takes up 2/3 of the background. He is consumed by this thought. Gwen's background is changed to red and purple shades as she appeals to his sense of duty in helping the people, trying to get him to see things from her perspective as a vigilante, but it doesn't work. Then we see a really cool background that applies to both of them. George has this foamy red and white texture behind him, and Gwen has a gradient of these distressed lines that fade into black off screen. We see those black lines start to grow out from behind her as she becomes engulfed in despair. Miguel intervenes and finally offers her a watch, and she takes one look back at her dad. The background is a cool teal to her left, representing the loneliness that encompasses her world if she stays with her dad. To her right is the portal, which bathes her in a warm pink light, an alternative dimension where she doesn't have to be alone anymore.